In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can.
Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone. Welcome to the tech zone. We on our tech flow, and it's still a global market in case you didn't know. So many guests, we not trying to impress. Just wanna pass off the info. You could do the rest. See, there's no escaping tech. It's part of our lives. Keep every individual connected worldwide. But all this innovation is more than entertainment. It's people like you paving a new way every day. So let your imagination run wild with all the things that you dream about. Cause the tech zone is on now with Paul Amadeus Lane. Blah. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the Tech Zone. What's going on? I'm Paul Amadeus Lane. You are in the Tech Zone. So happy to have you with me today. On our show, we're going to be talking about some pretty cool and pretty awesome technologies out there, things that can help us out to be safe when we're online. And if you have diabetes or someone who is dealing with diabetes, you want to make sure you don't want to miss this program. I'm so excited. My words are stammering right now because I'm just so beaming with anticipation and having you guys check out some of the great interviews that we have today on the show. Remember, you can always connect with me, paulamadeouslane.com. That's the way you can check me out on social media and all that other great stuff. And thank you so much for liking and sharing all the episodes and listening into it live here on ABC News Radio KMET. All right, we are going to start our show today by talking about a subject that you may or may not be aware of. I'm going to throw a term out there and let me know if you have ever heard this term. Clickbait. Have you ever heard clickbait? Well, clickbait is something that can cause a lot of harm to our devices. And sometimes people use clickbait that's not harmful. You may be surfing on the internet and you may see something on a reputable site to say, hey, have you seen these amazing pictures of this childhood star? Or which one of these stars are in rehab? And you click on it because you feel, because it's on a reputable site, that it's all good. But what are some things that we should be aware of when it comes to clickbait? Well, my next guest is going to talk about what clickbait is, why some clickbait is dangerous, and just some things that we should be aware of when we are using our devices. And I'm so happy to have with me right now my man, digital security expert, CEO of Globex Data, Alon Gihai. Alon, welcome back to the show. How are you, my friend?
Thank you, Paul. Great being with you again. Always enjoy having you around.
Hey, same here, my friend. And you know, when we talked last time, I remember I said, Alon, promise me you'll come back and talk about clickbait. So we're here. We'll talk about some clickbait. So, Alon, if you can, for our audience out there, explain to them, because they've heard the term before, clickbait, but what is clickbait?
So clickbait, the way I understand it, is a way for hackers to maliciously install a virus on your device, whether it's a laptop, desktop, or a phone, by sending you either an image to click, a document, or even a link. And most people would click on it because there's ways that hackers can hide themselves behind familiar names, and you think it's a friend that sends you a link and you click on it, and then you activate now the virus.
And Alon, when we look at clickbait, I noticed that sometimes you can see clickbait on some reputable websites. Like it'll say something like, see how this child star has aged, and you click on it and it has nothing to do with the child star. So can we get a virus that way too, or is that somehow some companies or some sites trying to just beef up their analytics so they can go to their advertisers and say, "See, look how many visitors we have to our site."
That's actually a really good point. It could be both. If you are lucky, it would be a reputable, I would say not so reputable site, because if they do that, they don't become reputable. But it's kind of a way for you to click, and a lot of advertisers might use that and charge their clients or advertise that they have clicks. I have been approached so many times by ad agency telling me they can get me X amount of followers if you pay. So you essentially, those are the techniques they use. Those are the friendly clickbaits. The malicious ones are the ones that essentially make you click on a link, or sometimes they even send you an invoice. That's one that I see a lot. You get an invoice from a company, it looks legitimate, and then you click on it because it says, here's a pro forma invoice, here's your order number. And in big businesses and big companies, one doesn't know, right? Maybe what a manager may have ordered. So they click on it and that's it. Now it's the virus is attacking you. So you have the commercial aspect of clickbait, as you mentioned, to basically charge more click-through rates. And you have the malicious aspect to install malicious viruses on your hardware.
And Alana, I've had something like an email come to me and say, "Here's your tracking number for for what you purchased," and I know good and well I didn't purchase anything, and I know a lot of people deal with that too. So, what can we do to kind of protect ourselves from clickbait? Because sometimes, we get curious and everything, and say, "Oh, maybe I did." Somebody send me a gift or something. So, what can we do to
Yeah,
protect ourselves?
that's a classic. I get that sometime. It's usually I get it a lot from DHL. And what happened is, unfortunately, if you are one of those person that clicks on everything because you have no time and you just have that habit, we are creatures of habit. I always say the best way to reduce malicious uh, basically harm on the net is to change our human behavior. So it does take some time. So if I get an email like that, I'm going to look at it carefully before I even click on it. Sometimes the image is not super sharp. The logo, you can tell, is not a high resolution logo. Those are the amateur, and you just delete it. If suddenly it looks amazing, and I used to get some from B of A, I know that I don't have an account at B of A, so that would be easy. But if somebody has an account at B of A and then they get an email from them, usually financial institutions are not going to send you an email to tell you, please verify your account. So financial institutions are the biggest one that are targeted. I would contact your bank first and say, did you send me an email? And they would tell you exactly their process to communicate with you. Half of these things are from financial institution or fake ones, obviously, to try to get you to get your credit card info, get any kind of email information to get to your account. It has to do with human behavior. We need to stop, think, and critically think, did I order this thing? Is this fake? Is this real? I don't remember having something shipped to me. Do I bank in this place? Did I order this this invoice? So if you just don't think about it and you just click, which most people do, unfortunately, then you will be a target. There's no way around it. I'd say the best defense is to wait before you click, analyze, see if it really is something you know, and act accordingly and verify. Always, you know how they say trust but verify. In this case, don't trust and verify. That would be the advice.
I love it. I love it. And Alon, let's say that we didn't look both ways before we crossed the street, cyber wise, and we accidentally clicked on some clickbait. What can we do to get to check to see if we got infected with malware or a virus? What can we do after the fact? Because sometimes, being curious, the curiosity it kills us sometimes.
Totally. So a lot of people are on mobile devices. If you did that, I would either take it to, if you're not sure, what would happen is suddenly some of your friends might get a text on WhatsApp. That those are real examples I'm giving you of what happened to people I know. They get a text that says, "Can you wire me $100 on PayPal? I lost my wallet, my car crashed," something like that. And usually, your friends and the people in your contact list are going to be targeted because some of these malicious hardware viruses, what they do is they get into your device to get the information, maybe not to destroy your application, literally just to get info and to get into now all your contact lists and send to them the same thing. So if you see there's suspicious activities and somebody's contacting you, "Hey, did you send me a text or did you do that?" Then you know you have a problem. And I would take it to a place to try to undo the virus, obviously take it out, wipe the device completely clean, and sometimes they attack the microchip set as well. So I know that Samsung, not to do an advertising for them, but Samsung has a thing called Samsung Knox, like Fort Knox. And what they do is it's a mobile device management. It comes with every Samsung device, and it's a way for you to store in application and emails and all that within that container environment that is protected. And if there's a virus, it destroys everything down to the chipset. That would be extreme, but at least your device would still be okay. Most of the time, I would say change your device because even if you clean the device, you just don't know at what level the virus went. It could go down to the microchip. So it's a very unfortunate event. Very unfortunate. Take it to a security specialist, have them virus check, empty the content, clean it out. That's the best bet and the cheapest. Beyond that, just change your device and your phone number too.
Wow, Alon, I am like blown away because I had no idea just the effect that clickbait can have when a virus or some malware, or ransomware has been on a device because of clickbait. Man, it's a very serious situation, and you talked
It's
about
scary.
it is, and you talked about on social media when we get that message from our friends to say, "Is this you?"
Yeah,
Without any like salutation, like, "Hey, how are you? What have you been up
that's
to?"
it.
So should we even respond to see if it's from a friend and be like, "Yo, what are you talking about?" Because I've had it before where I've responded and I knew it wasn't my friend. So should we
Yeah.
respond to find out for sure, and then put like something like a hack notification on there so that social media can be alerted to it?
I'm going to be honest with you. If you respond, it's like those cold callers. If you respond, then they know you're an active person, you're a live human being, and you could be a bait down the road. It's a hard call. If you respond and then you put a hack alert, that's great. But there's 4 billion people on the internet. This is probably a robot someplace, God knows where, that has a million identities that can change every hour. I would say the best is always go back to the basics before the internet. So if you don't know if it's your friend, call them, call your friend and say, "Hey, did you send me something on Facebook? Did you text me this on WhatsApp?" Sometimes the best way to fight technology is to go back to pre-technology world. That's the only thing we have left. You have too many people out there, too many robots, too many machines that are way smart for us to counter. So the only thing we can do now is use our common sense and our critical thinking, because I always say the human brain is the most sophisticated computer in the world, and we can beat those guys. But it does take to pause, to think, and to act accordingly, not just to blindly click and reply.
Alon, you have given us a lot of food for thought when it comes to clickbait. And I was so glad you were able to come back on and school us on this subject. And before I let you go, my friend, is there anything else you'd like to warn us about when it comes to clickbait? How we can protect ourselves?
Well, there was an attack on WhatsApp, I think a week ago or less. There was a GIF that was sent. You know, again, social media, and people clicked on it, and it was devastating. The thing, it would destroy the whole device, and It was a famous attack. So, at the end of the day, is use your common sense. You also get some of these requests on LinkedIn. You don't know who it is. We are geared to have more and more and more connection. I don't know why. At some point, it becomes useless. I would say our whole attitude has to change. So if you get something that you're not familiar with, I always say you always talk to the same 50 people. You may have 2,000 people on your contact list. Usually it's the same 50. So it boils down to that. If you get something from somebody you don't know, just don't acknowledge it.
I love it. I love it. That makes a lot of sense. Take it back to basics. Use some common
Yeah,
sense. I love it all, Alon, for sharing that with us. So, my friend, thank you so much for joining me. Always great to get your insight when it comes to cybersecurity. And I got to
thank you,
have you back
Paul.
on again. We got to chat about some more digital security things
Totally.
happening and everything. So thank you so much, my friend, and look forward to catching up with you real soon. And before I let you go, too, for our listeners out there, businesses out there, your company offers some pretty sophisticated and high tech digital security out there for certain companies. You mind giving out some information out there to see if companies are a good fit to join with you guys?
Sure. We have a website called globexdatagroup.com. We're revamping it. Our company just went public in Canada. We are going public in the US as well under ticker SWISF. And part of this whole effort is going to add more information about hack and how to protect yourself. A lot more info is going to be posted, and we're going to be more active on that website. So I always say to protect yourself, get a password manager and change your passwords frequently. Number two, use an encrypted Wi-Fi connection, or even better, your own device connection, your 4G or LTE. And also try to use a paid service for an email. Of course, we offer all of that, but there's other companies that offer it as well. There's a great company out there, if I may, partner of ours called GuardStreet, guardstreet.com. They offer an identity protection kit. It's as low as $9 a month, I think, and it comes with VPN, our secure email, browser safe tools. So, protect yourself. It doesn't cost a whole lot. I would start to do that, at least for some of your information, because we are the product now. And we are also targets as well as products. So we want to reduce all of those risks by starting to change the attitude that we have towards social media and technology and communication.
Well said, my friend. Alon, look forward to catching up with you real soon again, my friend.
Thank you, Paul. Always a pleasure.
A huge shout out to cybersecurity and digital expert Alon Guillai for joining me again. Love having his insight when it comes to anything digital related, when it comes to security and keeping us safe. Always love his insight. All right, so coming up next, we're going to be talking about diabetes and how particular diabetes technology is really going to change the game. Are you looking for a real cool way to work out, to maybe just have some fun in doing so? Well, if you are, go visit my friends at Miron VR. They use virtual reality to give you a pretty cool workout. Go there and check them out at mironvr.com. That's MIERON VR.com. And if you use the promo code Paul on Wheels, they'll hook you up with a pretty nice discount. Again, mironvr.com, and you want to use the promo code Paul on Wheels, and they'll hook you up with a really nice discount. All right, we'll be right back with more show coming up after these messages.
In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone.